Q, the big Q. Okay, the big Q from the little mic. Little mic, and that has no reference to anything you might think of. Anyway, rebuttal time. Real quick, let's get Simple Minds out of the order. No, don't worry about it. It doesn't scare me. Simple Minds. I was out last night at a couple of clubs, and I had, count them, four. Right there, 4 people come to me and say, hey, glad to hear you knocking that Simple Minds album. I bought it, and is it boring? 4 people, which is a pretty big ratio. You times it by 1,000, the normal sort of mathematical scientific way of doing this, it means like 4,000. That's right. Half the people who watched the show came up and did that. I got stopped. I was at pick up a paper at 4 in the morning last night, and the guy stopped inside the box and goes, hey, you're the guy on cable TV. And I go, yeah. And he goes, hey, you know, I enjoy the show. I said, hey, thanks. What else are you going to say? Anyways, enough of that. Before I came on, there was John Fox with some more disco drone, you know. Bing, 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 you know, here. Yeah, right. Why don't we like Simple Minds? You know, hey, I'm turning into a robot. You know. Anyways, I'm a little upset this week, actually, so I shouldn't be jovial, you know. I'm a little upset. And the reason being is that, I don't know, we were talking last week, not so much on camera, but off camera, about the whole idea about how this whole rock and roll industry, this whole business, is getting out of hand in the sense that only a handful of people sell 20–30% of the albums that are sold or something like that. And that, you know, it's getting so that, you know, everybody, a lot of people out there watching, you got stars in your eyes, you know? Hey, it's Michael Jackson. I want to buy the new Michael Jackson. I want to be one of the 25 million people who have bought it so I can listen to Beat It, you know, and beat it while I'm listening to it. Oh, boy, yay! You know, or you want to buy Boy George, right? Culture Club, or some other group that's really hot. You saw Boy George, of course, was on the show earlier. And, you know, so you buy those albums. The only concerts to sell out at the Saddle Dome, or even in a city, for Pete's sake, forget the Saddle Dome, are the real biggies. Genesis and the Moody Blues, the guys who are about to file for old age insurance any minute right now. You know, the other ones come through town, they don't do well. Payolas right now, we're talking major stiff. More tickets aren't sold, we're talking blown away. Jack Green, we're talking going down the tubes. This is the guy who's supposed to be his big home, right? You know, we're talking major blow away here. I mean, it's great. I get nights off work. It's wonderful. But what the hell is happening out there? You can boot that hell out. I meant it. You know, what is going on out there that people are not supporting what's going on? And like right now in this city, you know, we've got 2 clubs, 2 alternate music clubs that are finally giving this city a chance at hearing some music, bringing in bands that you don't normally hear, you know? And I'm talking, of course, of 10-Foot Henry's down on, if I could get the address wrong, forgive me. I think it's 509 9th Street Southwest. I always get those kind of things wrong. And HC's at 637 11th Avenue Southwest. Now, these 2 places are trying to put in good music. If anybody out there is questioning what rock and roll is about, you know, then you should check out these places, because it's not what Genesis is doing in a concert with this little mega cabaret show, or David Bowie for zillions of people pretending he's somebody superhuman when, as, you know, it's like I was in an interview with Paul Hyde of the Payolas, and he had one good point. He said people, well, actually had a few good points, but it's the only one I mentioned in the article. Anyway, and I'll mention the Herald's name here because we've had a contest with the Sun, and of course that's the bad paper and the Herald good paper, right? Okay, anyways, Paul Hyde said people would rather pay $18 to go and see someone who they consider to be superhuman than to pay $3 to go and see someone who's just like you and me. And that's what's happening right now. I'm saying get off your cuffs, you know, and get out there and see some of these bands. 2 weeks ago at 10th, they had 5440, Animal Slaves from Vancouver. One of the just best nights I've had. This 54, okay, we'll slip into albums right away. No, you're waiting to flip over to that poster. I don't know which way I'm going. 5440, this is an independent album. You can get it, from what I understand right now, it's available at Sounds Good, Sound Swap, and Sounds Exchange. Excuse me if I put an S or left one off one of those names. And this is a fantastic band. To me, as I've said, they're a cross between Buffalo Springfield, Big Country, and Rank and File. A really, really fine band, independent Tipo Productions. Yeah, it's not the greatest thing in the world. It's not going to sound like a U2 album, you know, it wasn't recorded in some fantastic studio. But what you get here is just music that has some passion to it. You know, you get that feeling. There's the conviction to it, the rhythm, the driving, everything. And I just like it. I like it so much. And I saw this band, and I got really, really excited. So, you know, these are the kind of groups you're able to see at some of the clubs. And you know, it's just so much better than a lot of the stuff you're going to hear on the radio or pick up in the stores. And for instance, HE's on February 29th, is that correct, Mike? The 29th?
Yeah.
Yeah, HE's on the 29th. They've got Alien Sex Fiends coming from England. Now, of course, okay, Alien Sex Fiends, it might not be up your, you know, whatever. But, you know, we're talking very, very strange band here. They play in that club over in England, again, on bad names, the Bat Cave. Bat Cave. It's really strange stuff, you know, and they got hair that is way out to here and do very bizarre music, aggressive, and whatever. You know, so it may not be your thing, but hey, it'll be an interesting experience. You can go there in a nice room that holds 300-400 people and actually hear something that, you know, has something new and different to it. Now, you may not like it, but you know, why not take it in? And on top of that, it reflects some of the cooperative spirit going on in the city. It's being put on by HCs. Larry from CJSW has been instrumental. Is with radio. Yeah, I was going to get to that, Bezic. You want to leave me do my shtick? Okay, and of course CJSW. And so, you know, that's some of the thing that's going on right now. I was at 8 seasons and 10 foots last night, bouncing back and forth. These one guys are from one club to another place, back and forth, and it's that kind of thing that's happening, you know, and it should be happening more. So anyways, get out there and support some of this stuff, you know. Just don't set out for your boy George Michael Jackson albums. You know, if you want to find out what rock music is about, get involved, because that's what the hell it's about. And anyways, on that note, this is the album of the week. I don't care what anybody says, take my word for it. Protest music is not dead. This is a great band from England, The Alarm. I've been buying their British imports for quite some time. This one has their latest 12-inch British single, Where Were You Hiding When the Storm Broke, on it. Guys who, here, I'll turn it around, Mike, if you want to know if it's too hard to get their hairdos or something. These guys are a little strange looking, as are a lot of people in England. But an excellent album, because as I say, this is protest music for 1984. It's not protesting sort of like in the 60s. The big difference that struck me is 60s, it's not just, back then it was always anti-war, anti-this, baby, let's make free love because I don't have enough money. You know, it was that kind of music. This stuff is more of a spiritual thing. As we've said with U2 and Big Country, bands like that, with The Alarm, the idea is more on a spiritual protest, spiritual revolution. Make the change inside yourself before you go telling other people what you're going to do. You got to start there, then it goes out. You know, the old ripples on the water, right? Wasn't that Grateful Dead? Anyways, enough of that. The Alarm, great music. Again, guitar-oriented music, like the bands I mentioned before, and stuff to kind of get up and stomp in, you know, stuff to get upset, stuff to get your parents angry, for Pete's sake. You know, they watch a group like Motley Crue. Your parents don't get upset watching Motley Crue. It's like bands they used to see, you know? I mean, you know, your mother probably dated somebody at Kiss. Come on. Anyways, enough of that. What video am I showing? I know. Tie up. What?
You're such a long-winded guy.
I don't know. I'm going to going to edit this down?
We'll edit it
down.
Okay,
we'll just chop it down a little bit.
We're going to Sylvain and Sakamoto.
Oh, Sakamoto.
Bamboo. Or not bamboo.
Hey, this should be good. Sakamoto,
Forbidden
excellent.
Colors.
From Merry Christmas,
Mr. Lawrence.
Mr. Lawrence, the film with David Snowjob Bowie. Okay, take it away.